Hello, I am the Angry GM. I'm here at GenCon. I am, as per contractual obligations, still in the outfit. And it is Saturday morning at some ungodly hour. I don't know why we got up this early, and I've been moving furniture and hooking up equipment for almost 2 hours now just so that we can get this accomplished, which is why it looks like Sailor Jupiter had a really hard night. Also, I was drinking pretty heavily last night, and I've got another surprise that's going to drop on the site in a couple of weeks, about 2 weeks, that will also explain what I was up to last night. There will be age verification on it, so if you're under 18, you'll never know. But anyway, as promised, I am going to run a session of the Sailor Moon RPG. Ooh, wow. And it is terrible. I mean, it's really bad. This is like Palladium levels of bad, just so you know. And I say that as someone who actually delighted in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG. Had a fantastic character generation element and a terrible game around it. I am joined by several people who I roped into doing this, pretty much against their will. So we're going to go around the table and just introduce ourselves, and we'll start over there at Rob.
I am R.L. Ritchie. I do live streams of the history of Nintendo on my Twitch stream at R.L. Ritchie. You can also find me on Twitter at R.L. Ritchie, R.L.R.I.C.H.E.Y.
Oh, very well done. You know, I'm just going to put links in there, so if anybody wanted to follow, you didn't have to spell it all out, because nobody's there, like, furiously with a pen, and like, R.L., wait, what did he say after the L? Also, as it turns out, I have been referring to him as R.L. Ritchie, assuming that the R and the L meant real life, like he was Richie in real life. But
it's catching on.
You are not the first that I have actually just assigned a new name to, and it stuck. Just one of the perks of being an Angry GM fan is that you're eventually going to be the name. And if you get lucky, it's a good one, and otherwise it's like dipshit. Alex?
Hi, I'm Alex, and we co-stream, so if you have been furiously writing down what he said, you'll find me there.
So basically you just point and say ditto.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm Alex, the Angry GM. We've covered me. You know who I am. If you don't know who I am, then you are probably really confused about what's going on right now. Also, I don't know how you found this video. Yeah, exactly.
It's that SEO, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Someone really wants actual plays of Sailor Moon RPG.
How many people are looking for that tag on YouTube, and this is the only one?
I am Shannon. I'm at Shannon_Steele on Twitter, and that's STEELE, since we have to spell everything. And I am part of the Gamers Table podcast, and it is Gamers Table, not Gamers Stable.
What? Really?
Yeah, a lot of people think we're talking about horses in games. But
well, they do come up a lot, but it's like an oddly specific thing. I mean, you can only do so many episodes on travel time before you
exactly.
like, well, okay, we've done feed, we've done travel time, we've done the use of them after they die.
Beautifuln's. Oh, what?
One of the ingredients for like sovereign glue is like a dead horse.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about like for food. We do talk about eating horses more than probably as much as any other game group, really. But
you know, oddly enough, that's one that just hasn't come up.
Oh, it comes up every game.
You don't want to know what
we can eat the horses.
You don't want to know what my players have had to eat to survive. Speaking of my players.
Hi, I'm Kim. I'm Miss Too Good for Twitter on Twitter. I don't actually Twitter or internet, honestly. But you can follow me anyway. Sometimes I put things there.
Kim is also too humble to mention that she was responsible for my hair and makeup, and actually she was the impetus for the whole costume when you get right down to it. And I do just want to give you a shout out because last night at the GenCon crossplay event, I took home second best boy in a dress of all of GenCon, thanks partly to your makeup work.
Yay!
So
I do that. I cosplay. So
yeah, and you do amazing cosplay.
Oh yeah,
I've gained
I
a lot of respect for what you guys do now. Now that I've actually seen it.
I'm going to plug my website, Tirnanog Crafts, and I'm not going to spell it. It's too early in the morning. So.
Yeah.
And he's linking everything anyway.
Well, I wasn't going to link yours. I figured you could just spell it out.
No.
Okay.
Saving him the trouble at this point.
I refuse to do anything in Gaelic in my descriptions. It's just a thing I do.
Right.
You know, so you're going to have to spell that one.
They can figure it. Google it.
And so we are going to play the Sailor Moon RPG. We're probably just going to play for an hour. This is just a quickie little game, just for funsies, because I'm pretty much obligated to at this point. But I want to ask, how much experience does anybody have with Sailor Moon?
I watched a couple of episodes when I was younger. She's been making me watch a few of the movies lately.
To prepare for this
I'm
moment.
kind of trying to catch on. I get the gist of it.
You get the gist of it.
I have watched almost every single episode, but it's been a few years, so admittedly I might forget a few really important details.
That's okay. I'm not going to draw on any heavy details. So
I watched Sailor Moon as a kid, and then I rewatched it at some point in college, and I've killed a lot of brain cells since then. I don't remember most of it.
Since then, usually most people are killing the brain cells in college.
I was not into that. I waited until it was legal to kill my brain cells.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I've never officially watched an episode. Yay!
I thought I was the odd one.
And actually, funnily enough, I'm not actually a gigantic Sailor Moon fan. I'm very knowledgeable about it only because I am an obsessed geek and I become knowledgeable about everything I do. But my experience with it was more similar to yours, Shannon, where I guess back in around junior high school, that's when the American dub hit TV, and it was on at like 6:30 in the morning where I was. So I'd get up early and watch it and discover things about my burgeoning hormones and anatomy. I wasn't sure what was going on, but I kind of had a thing for the show. And then as time went on, you know, it's actually, there are spots in the show where the show just has a really genuine heart, and that there are a lot of heavy emotional moments once it gets past that whole monster of the week thing. So I really did enjoy it at the time. I only ever really watched the first season, though, so like you'll understand what I say when I mean I only know as far as they killed Queen Beryl and defeated the Negaverse, and then like Amy and Anne and Andy or whatever the hell they were, the two alien teenager transfer students came in. And then the people named after gemstones came in from the future, chasing a little child who had a robot ball that was also a cat. Yeah, I don't know any of that shit, okay? It was like, Queen Beryl's dead. Okay, I'm done with this now. We're done with crystals and soul stealing. But I will say that one of my favorite things about the...
They were tackling teenage pregnancy.
What?
What?
The little girl was Sailor Moon's kid, and she was a teenager.
Yeah.
Right, but
Yeah.
she was her kid from like 1,000 years in the
Yeah.
future. There was a time travel element to it.
Yeah.
And
I'm
for that
agreeing.
matter, I mean, so spoiler alert, Sailor
no.
Moon's actually 1,000 years old also in the show.
No.
It was good, man.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give anything away because I have
I
actually
can't watch it now.
I've actually taken the time to figure out where in the timeline this game would happen.
Well, good on you.
Having what?
Good on you.
Yeah, and having 4 different players has made it difficult because after Sailor Jupiter joins, I'm going to go through and give a little context for the people who don't know anything, but after Sailor Jupiter comes into the show, the plot starts moving very quickly, and there's not a lot of space to wedge stuff in because that's where there are 7 specific crystals that have to be found, and every episode is about finding a crystal, and then it leads to the last battle. So all of a sudden you have to find a way to wedge a story in there, and I was almost going to kick someone out. Not looking at anybody. but ultimately I figured out a way that I could go ahead. And it's like I don't care about the show, and even this, I'm like, I gotta fit this in somewhere. Because it is actually important for the Sailor Moon RPG mechanics that you know where in the timeline this falls, because it determines what powers the Sailor Scouts have access to. Because they are gradually gaining new powers, and one of the things we're going to do is cross out the stuff on your character sheet that you can't have.
Oh.
Okay, so first of all,
Helpful.
as the most experienced person, you get the honor of playing Sailor Moon.
Sweet.
Whoa.
As the most experienced person, I'm going to ask you a question, and you are going to determine how this plays out for everyone.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Serena or Usagi?
Usagi.
Usagi. So therefore, you are Usagi Tsukino.
Oh, boy.
Okay? And I have these adorable little pictures that you can keep in front of you so everybody can keep track of who you are. This is Usagi in her schoolgirl attire. Sailor Moon is basically a part of something I didn't even realize was a genre called magical schoolgirl.
Yep.
Because apparently this is just a thing that happens in Japan, is that at a certain age, many schoolgirls just develop magical powers and have to kill demons. It's just a thing. So
I missed that stage of puberty.
it's like Japanese puberty.
Yeah. Darn
That's
it.
exactly
Why did I live
it.
in Japan?
The boys go off and become like Pokemon hunters, and the girls develop magical powers and kill devils. I shouldn't say that because the girls can hunt Pokemon too, obviously. I'm sorry.
And then they succeed.
Yeah.
Very gender stereotyped of. But
Tuxedo Mask can become a Pokemon trainer.
no.
Oh.
He just drops in and throws a rose, and that's it. And then he's out.
So
It's
the
his mic drop.
story of Sailor Moon begins with Usagi Tsukino, who is, she's got a character sheet in here somewhere. So she is 14 years old at the start of the series. She is a terrible student. She is clumsy. She is cowardly. She is a bit of a crybaby.
It's just like me.
Actually, also like me. And high school was not good.
Me too.
She is a huge fan of video games and eating. She loves her food.
Oh my gosh, we have so much
So
in
related.
common.
I feel you're identifying with this character.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
So you are going to go ahead and take Sailor Moon's character, or obviously when you are not transformed, you are Usagi Tsukino, and when you are transformed, you are Sailor Moon. And Alex has just put the game on hard mode for the rest of you, because now you have to remember all the Japanese names.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
What?
I can-
Can I write it on my note
Right.
sheet?
Yes, that is. Oh,
Oh, I thought maybe I
as
get the pink
Sailor
pencil.
Moon, you get the pink pencil.
That is.
Favorite
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Ah.
And as the odd one out, I'm taking the yellow pencil, and I know that's Sailor Venus's color, and Sailor Venus can fuck off.
No.
Whoa. Oh, this is
God,
not
she
a...
is the worst.
Is this an 18
She is the cutest.
broadcast?
So what happens is
13.
Usagi
Hear that
Tsukino, on her way to school one day, rescues a stray cat, who actually turns out to be a talking magical cat who is 1,000 years old and comes from the moon. Because this is a thing that happened. And explains to Usagi that she is actually a reincarnation of one of the guardians of the royal kingdom that ruled the solar system. Because apparently 1,000 years ago, and just to put this in context, this is while we were having the Crusades on Earth. Okay? 1,000 years ago, there was a magical, technologically advanced kingdom living across our solar system whose ruler, Queen Serenity, and the Moon Princess lived on the moon. They don't cover that in history class. It was kind of hushed up. Okay?
I think I would have paid attention.
Right? So the Silver Millennium? No, Silver Millennium is the future. Now I'm confused. So the Moon Kingdom, whatever the hell it was called, the Moon Kingdom is defeated by the forces of the by the forces of the Dark Kingdom. Because we have to go with the Japanese version now.
Dang it.
So by the forces of the Dark Kingdom, including Queen Beryl and her 4 lieutenants, the 4 kings of heaven, as they are called. Okay, they destroyed the Moon Kingdom, and in one last-ditch effort to save everything, Queen Serenity sent the Moon Princess and her 5 guardians to Earth to be reborn in 1,000 years to hopefully restore the kingdom. So Luna, the kitty, becomes Usagi's cat and guardian, and basically, nagging nanny, and explains to her that it is now her mission to locate the Moon Princess before the Dark Kingdom does, and also to find the other reincarnated Sailor Scouts, the soldiers of the Moon Kingdom who protected the kingdom. Eventually, after having tussles with one of the lieutenants, Malachite first, right?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. that
Oh,
well.
wait. Now I gotta look. Okay.
Like I said, it's been a few years.
This is actually, this is not, by the way, we're not going to run a game. We're just having a primer on, this is just the Angry GM cover. Oh, so first it was Jedi. Oh, God, he was hot. He also made me learn a few things in middle school and high school. And then there's the whole confusion with Zoisite. Oh, I'm sorry, Kunzite. Her name changed.
Don't make me do
Or, I'm
this.
sorry, his name and gender changed.
I was gonna
Aw.
say.
Yeah. So, anywho. So, Jedi is one of the 4 kings of heaven, who follows Queen Beryl. He comes down to Earth, and he is draining people of their life energy to A, turn them into monsters, and B, put power into the Dark Kingdom so that it can rise and take over the world. Eventually, Usagi meets a new student, Ami Mizuno, who is a bookish nerd who she is very studious, she is very mature, she is very serious. She doesn't like to play games, she doesn't really have any sense of a good time, and she and Usagi don't quite hit it off right at first because they're very different people. And then it is discovered that Ami is actually a reincarnation of the guardian of the planet Mercury. She is Sailor Mercury. And Luna immediately latches on to her as sort of the more mature, responsible one. And so, who wants to take on the role of Ami, Sailor Mercury?
I'll do it. I'm boring and don't know how to have a good time.
So this is Ami, who becomes Sailor Mercury. And she and Sailor Moon continue to fight Jedi and the forces of evil.
Do I get a blue pencil?
What? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. And you get the blue pencil, because Mercury's color is blue. And she has the power of water. Okay. Now, they continue to fight the forces of evil, and eventually very shortly thereafter, they meet the third Sailor Scout, Rei Hino, who actually goes to a completely different school. She actually goes to a Catholic school. And in addition, she is a shrine maiden. She works at a Shinto shrine that is, the caretaker is her grandfather. And she, even before she discovers that she is a Sailor Scout, she has some limited psychic powers. She has oracular divination, and can actually exorcise demonic spirits by using, what the hell are they called? I forgot.
Little slips of paper.
Well, right. They are little slips of paper with prayers written on them, but they have a name. And I can't remember what it was. Oh, Ofuda. So Ofuda are, basically they are charms meant to ward off evil and exorcise evil. And they are written slips of paper with Japanese characters on them. So she is a hothead, she is temperamental, and she has very little patience for Usagi, and the two of them are often at odds.
Everybody's at odds with Usagi.
What?
Everybody's at odds.
See, and
I'm like,
this is
does
one of
anyone
the
like
reasons
her?
why I am the best Sailor Scout. We're going to come to that. So, who would like to take on the role of Rei Hino and Sailor Mars?
I mean, I did go to Catholic school, and I did offer to exorcise her pencil's demons, so...
It's true.
So you're basically
happened.
there.
I'm
All you
basically
have to
already
do
there.
is threaten to throw a punch at someone.
We are all such good fits.
Which, that'll come.
You better be a perfect match for the last one.
I'm terrible.
More than you think.
When did this show come out? Because you keep saying you're like in high school, middle school.
92. You
You know what's up.
Yeah, so I was actually just moving from middle school to high school then.
I was in like third grade.
I was looking at the movie. I saw what the computers looked like.
This is why I don't really
in
remember
the
the show.
anime. It's
So
crazy.
you are, congratulations, you are Sailor Mars, and keep your picture up in front so that everybody can see who you are. Okay. And finally,
Right
so
now,
after that they
schoolgirl
defeat Jedi.
Whoa.
What?
Where's my pencil?
Oh, I'm sorry. You get
This is legit.
the red pencil of fire.
Yes.
That just,
Red.
yeah, unfortunately the camera's color saturation is a little off, but that, I assure you, is red. Just don't put it next to the
compared to her hat.
So they eventually defeat Jedi. And then a new King of Heaven takes over. He is Nephlite, and this is sort of my favorite plot in the series because this became great fodder for D&D. Nephlite's thing was he would come down and drain people of their energy, and the way he would do it is he would find people who were basically at their creative or emotional peak in their lives and mark them in some way so that all of the energy they poured into the pursuits they loved would be fueled into the Dark Kingdom. And then eventually they would become a conduit for one of the monsters of the Dark Kingdom, which by the way are called Yoma, which is basically just a generic Japanese term for demon or monster. And then, he would he would focus on gathering one person at a time. And it was a really cool plot that I've adapted several times for Devils in D&D. Because it's a really cool sort of idea of, coax someone into fueling something with all of their energy, and then they become a conduit for a devil that can enter our world. So, eventually they defeat Nephlite. Actually, they reform Nephlite, and he falls in love with one of Usagi's friends, Naru. Right? Molly was Naru.
Do you know?
Do I know?
Yeah.
I don't
you
know the
you look so
Japanese
confused.
Then why did you pick them?
Because I wanted to go by Usagi.
Yes, Naru Osaka. Right.
Felt more,
Such
it
a
feels more
poser.
legitimate.
No, I agree. I also, there's Miss
Serena.
Haruna, Serena's teacher, or Usagi's teacher, who was basically the designated victim of every second plot from the Dark Kingdom. Like, how many times in the first season did she get swept? Like, she
Like,
had
at least
her
half the
life
time.
drained like 40 times.
Yeah, how was she alive at the end of that?
Okay. So eventually they defeat Nephlite, and then a new villain enters, and also a new hero. Because
I'm so confused. I'm like, wait, I'm
I'm
a
just
villain?
wondering
I don't
who it
understand
is.
what's happening.
Luna and her mysterious contact who talks to her through a video game console in an arcade, I shit you not, who turns out to also be a talking cat.
Well,
Who
obviously,
lives
yeah.
in a video game console and talks to her. But, that's after this game, so... So Luna, it is revealed that the whole plan is taking too long and the Dark Kingdom is gaining ground. It is now becoming vitally important that they find the Moon Princess as quickly as possible. And so Usagi is given the Imperium Silver Crystal, which will allow them to track the 7 rainbow crystals. See, there were 7 great monsters that attacked the Moon Kingdom, and the Moon Kingdom defeated them, and they were locked away in these little crystals and sent off into the universe. They have since been reborn inside of people. So there are people around Tokyo who actually unknowingly harbor these 7 rainbow crystals that contain the souls of the 7 most powerful monsters to ever attack the Moon Kingdom 1,000 years ago, including one which was very distressingly based on modern video games. So I'm not sure how that fit the whole time, but whatevs. And at that point, they meet a new transfer student, Makoto Kino, and Makoto, who goes by the name Mako, befriends Usagi pretty much immediately by protecting her from some bullies. She is tough and tomboyish, but secretly has a very deep romantic side, and doesn't really like her tomboyish nature, and is always trying to temper it with what she feels are womanly skills. So she's very into cooking, and she likes even cleaning, and she does that because she feels like it softens her up. So she's like this. She's got this dichotomy of feminine and masculine, vulnerable and strong. And she felt the most genuine of all the characters to me, and that's why I'm in her costume, and that's why I like her the most. She was also the one that most felt like she could be friends with anyone, because she was the one who kind of started sticking up for Usagi, because Amy and Rei, they were very serious and very dedicated to the mission. She also likes video games, so she and Usagi connected on that front. She's been kicked out of a lot of schools because she gets into a lot of fights. But Kim?
Yay!
As our designated dichotomy between the masculine and the feminine, because for reasons that are an inside joke, but I said it would fit, you get to be
Yay!
Sailor Jupiter and Makoto, or Mako.
I don't get a pencil.
Oh, and you get the green pencil.
I'm so jealous.
Of the green pencil?
Yeah, green is the best.
I'm
No, it's okay. I'm just... Anyway.
My pencil.
I have also forgotten to mention that during Sailor Moon's various adventures, whenever she gets in a jam, a mysterious figure appears. And that mysterious figure is a man in a tuxedo and a top hat who throws roses that inexplicably injure people and just stop the fight. Like a rose will land in the middle and everyone just stops what they're doing and freeze and look at it so that he can deliver a speech. And the reason, by the way, you are Sailor Moon is because you have the responsibility for the speeches.
Oh no.
Yes! Because in the name of the moon,
I will punish you.
there we go. We got it right there. Okay. So nobody knows the identity of Tuxedo Mask. But at this point in the story,
He's dreamy, though.
he is as opposed to the obnoxious Darian.
Oh, what's his name?
Damien?
No,
No,
Darian.
it's
Oh, yeah.
Darian in the English dub. job.
Right. What?
Oh yeah, it is.
Mamoru.
Okay.
Mamoru.
All right, let me write that down.
I'm not gonna
so
remember
now
any
my,
of these names.
my goal is to marry.
No, you hate Mamoru.
Well, my goal is
Yeah,
to
he's-
marry.
No.
him.
See, this is written later
Oh,
in the series
I
because
see.
Mamoru
What
is
a
a
jerk.
bully who has constantly been obnoxious to Usagi. He
Keeps
even
calling me
refers to
meatball.
her, dumpling head.
Dumpling head. That's right.
Right.
That's
Meatballs aren't in Japan. They've never heard of meatballs. They only have dumplings. Or actually, it's bun head. By the way, if you have Hulu, right now there is a new American dub of Sailor Moon on there by Toei, and it is actually pretty good. I can't recommend anything beyond the first season because that's where I stopped. But really check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it's much more true to the original than the American dub that we got because the American dub was the victim of a lot of censorship, particularly
Yeah.
the last two Kings of Heaven, Malachite and Kunzite, were lovers. They were gay lovers in the original, and so Kunzite was changed. Her name was changed to Zoisite, and she became a woman in America. But they didn't reanimate her at all. So she was a very mannish woman who was lacking in womanly features. So you were kind of a little suspicious of what was going on there to begin with. But it was, and there was a lot of stuff that got cut out, including I think the hilarious scene of Sailor Jupiter staring up Sailor Mercury's skirt in one episode because Sailor Mercury trips in front of her, and there's just a few frames where Sailor Jupiter is basically looking right up her skirt because she's stuck off camera with her legs in the air, and Sailor Jupiter, she's like stumbling, and then she starts looking down, and then she does a face like this, and she's like clearly checking out what's going on down there. I'm like, oh, never noticed that before. But there you go. So, now, unfortunately, with all of the rainbow crystals appearing, because the Dark Kingdom is after them too, and it turns out, so is Tuxedo Mask. And thus, Usagi's heart is starting to be torn in two, because now it seems like Tuxedo Mask is working against the Sailor Scouts. Although he comes and rescues her, and she is very much in love with him, he, in the end of the battle, takes the first rainbow crystal for himself, and later on reveals that, given the choice, he will keep the rainbow crystals, that he needs them, and we don't know why, but he also is searching for the Moon Princess.
Ooh.
And that is where we are in the story now. 2 of the rainbow crystals have been found. One is in the hands of the Sailor Scouts, one is in the hands of Tuxedo Mask. That's good enough. Who cares? Yeah. So we're going to take a quick look at your powers, and like I said, the game itself is actually going to be kind of short, but this is just for funsies. I can't find my episode list. So if you look down your list of everything is given an episode. Okay. No, okay, so the first rainbow crystal that was inside Mako's boyfriend, Game Machine Joe, he wasn't really her boyfriend, he was just a friend, that ended up in Zoisite's hands. The second one, Tuxedo Mask got, and that was orange. And then the third one ended up at Sailor Moon. So there were 3 rainbow crystals in play right now. One belongs to the Dark Kingdom, one belongs to Tuxedo Mask, and one belongs to Sailor Moon. Though I think Zoisite got... No, Zoisite didn't get it until they set the trap. So we are right around episode... Right after the episode of With Game Machine... with Greg Bumbu. I just need the episode number because you don't have access to all the powers on your character sheet. Obviously, you're not going to worry...
interesting.
What?
That's interesting, the way that the powers are based on the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so that you can play it at different points in the timeline.
That's cool.
Okay. I can't. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I got to take these gloves off because I can't manage paper without them. Or with them. You know what I meant. There we go. Look at that! I can turn pages now. Role-playing in the Sailor Moon universe. Resources. Episode summaries and important notes. 168. So for those of you following home along, this little episode of Sailor Moon Gaiden, another separate Sailor Moon story, which has nothing to do with ninja, takes place It's not the cat. It's not Grandpa. It's not too many girlfriends.
I've already forgotten everyone's name.
Power
I'm
friends.
either Ami or Amy.
Mommy.
You can.
Mommy. And
So this
Usagi.
takes place between episodes
And I am
22, or between
Ray.
episodes 23
Either way.
and 24.
So that's
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
I'm Ray.
anything you have that says episode 25 or greater, or 24 or greater, you do not have.
The upgrade. Is there a certain
this?
part of this that I need to
episode 24
eliminate?
later.
We're not going to worry too much about it.
I have
We're not going to
one.
try and get it that right. And I'm going to go through and introduce you to your powers very quickly. This is a role-playing game. I'm going to assume you know what that means. I'm going to tell you what's going on, and then you, of course, are going to, tell me what you want to do, and then we're going to roll some dice, and then I can't kill any of you because I would create a time paradox and literally destroy the series.
I'll take advantage of that.
Okay. So, first let's talk about everybody's main item of power, which is their transformation pen or transformation wand. Okay. So each Sailor Scout is given a transformation pen, and when they hold it above their head and say, planet name power, now insert your planet name here. Planet name power, make up. That is what allows them to transform, because the first magical power any magical schoolgirl gets is the power to change her clothes into magic clothes. Okay?
That look very similar to the
Yeah.
clothes you're already wearing.
Yes. Wait. Oh, yeah. You have the compact.
I do. I see moon prism power. That's what I remember it being in.
No, I'm sorry. Again, you decided Japanese,
Right. I know.
so we're stuck here.
All right.
You did this to us.
Yeah.
It's okay. It means I'm on the same level as the rest of you, I guess.
Right. Okay. Now, Sailor Moon also has a moon tiara. Okay. And now I can't remember the Japanese call out, and it's not listed here.
And we'll have to go with what we've got.
Yes, you have moon tiara
Moon tiara.
magic. So as she takes off her tiara, whirls it above her head, and throws it, she yells out moon tiara magic, and this allows her to destroy demons that have been weakened. If a demon is too powerful, you cannot destroy it. So that is generally why you let the rest of your friends soften them up a bit. Okay. So your moon tiara magic. Now, you also have moon healing activation, which you gained. Oh, it was the Crescent Moon Wand, not the Imperium Silver Crystal. The Crescent Moon Wand is what was detecting the rainbow crystals. So the Crescent Moon Wand allows you to use moon healing activation, which allows you, by tracing a circle in the air and then pointing it at someone who is a rainbow crystal carrier, to expunge the monster from within them and turn them back into a human. It only has effect on rainbow crystal carriers because they are genuinely human with monster souls. You also, interestingly enough, have the Luna pen, which is one of those weird moments of competency. She was always really good with that. She always had the perfect disguise. And Luna would even make fun of her because the Luna pen allowed her to disguise herself as anything she wanted that she could describe. So, like, turn me into a sophisticated reporter. And then,
I've got a nice list.
Wow.
So, yay.
oh, right, a sophisticated talent agent, a school superintendent, a flight attendant, or something. She was strapped for time there. I think that was where she had, like, jets trying to kill her that had been possessed by Malachite, or, Jedi. So that was an interesting episode. And I think that pretty much sums up what Sailor Moon has. So Sailor Mercury. Sailor Mercury, it comes from the planet of water. She is the guardian of water and wisdom. And so the first thing she has is, of course, her Mercury transformation pen. So she says Mercury power make up, and then she assumes the form of Sailor Mercury. Luna also entrusted her with a miniature supercomputer and virtual reality goggles that appear over her face because she did not feel Usagi could be trusted with it because she would probably leave it on a bus or eat it. This allows her to scan her surroundings, analyze situations, see through illusions, all sorts of crap. Basically sort of what we call in the industry applied phlebotinum. It can do whatever the plot needs it to do.
Cool.
Oh, everybody else has the pocket communicator, but we understand. That just allows you guys to
Table talk?
It's basically a flip phone.
Okay.
It's a lunar flip phone. It doesn't have like texting or anything. And
Before texting existed.
Terrible
Yeah.
data.
now, her primary power is the Mercury Bubble Blast.
Yep.
And the Mercury Bubble Blast is interesting because it sprays a foam of bubbles that fill the area, shrouding them with fog. The bubbles are extremely cold. They are very distracting, and they tend to destroy illusions and enemy magic. So I think you have a couple of different objects there. Cover the entire area with thick fog, reduce the temperature to distract the enemy, or cause flying objects to fall to the ground. That's an oddly specific use.
Yeah.
So telekinetics and airplanes, those are pretty much her forte. She can take those out.
Wow.
But no, really it was more of a, she had this power to cancel enemy magic, was really what the Mercury Bubble Blast did, which was manifested in, among other things, taking down someone's psychic powers. Then we have Sailor Mars.
Me.
Mars has a transformation pen, Mars power makeup. Yep, and you got that. She also has a pocket communicator. She also has, it is not noted here because it's a little bit different, but she does have some supernatural training.
Yeah, it's in the fluff text.
But the first time we see that is not, was not really until episode 26. That was the first time she did a true fire reading. Oh no, because she did use it to find the missing buses.
Mm-hmm.
So she can, by chanting a prayer in front of the fire at her shrine, get visions that will help solve a mystery. But she also has Mars Fire Ignite, which is her primary attack, which is basically just a spiraling fireball of damage, because that's who she is.
Heavy hitter.
Yep, that's exactly it. And finally, we have Sailor Jupiter. She is the guardian of courage and thunder. She has a transformation pen, Jupiter Power Makeup, again. Pocket communicator, that's standard. And her power is the Jupiter Thunder Crash, where she extends a very phallic antenna from the top of her head. And lightning shoots down from the sky, and then she hurls out the lightning at her enemies. Which, they are actually, the attack bring 20 energy points, opponents. They are actually just, again, it's a very powerful attack because she's a heavy hitter, but they actually tended to stun opponents because they were electrical. Okay. Now, the game is based on this thing called the tri-stat system. You have 3 stats. Sorry, did you have a question?
No, I'm just turning my attention to you.
Oh, you looked like you were about to speak.
I was about to shiver.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Now, you have 3 stats: body, mind, and soul. Body for physical things, mind for mental things, and soul for love and spirit. Yeah.
Which is important.
The 5th element. Well, it is in this show. This show is very much about the power of love and friendship.
That's what I meant.
Right. So, whenever you make a die roll, you're going to roll 2 dice. You're going to add or subtract a modifier based on how difficult I want to make the situation, and you're going to compare it to your stat, whichever stat governs the situation. And if it is equal to or lower, you have succeeded. If not, you have failed. Now, some of your abilities drain your energy, and you have a certain amount of energy, after which you can no longer activate your abilities, at least we're going to say for the episode, which means basically, these are one-shot deals here. So you also have health points. I'm pretty sure you know what they do. When your health points are drained, you generally collapse to the ground and become anime unconscious, which basically means still conscious, struggling, and able to make important speeches.
That's important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Potentially stupid question.
Yes.
Do Sailor Scouts, are they able to use their magic when they're not transformed?
No.
Okay.
No, you have to be transformed. And also, you wouldn't want to when you're not transformed, because remember,
Reveal your
the
identity.
forces of the Dark Kingdom are searching for who the Sailor Scouts really are, and that becomes important in a couple of episodes. I'm just saying.
All right.
When they use certain information that they've noticed about how the Sailor Scouts fight, because Zoisite disguises herself as Sailor Moon to draw out Tuxedo Mask, so that they can capture him and then draw out Sailor Moon. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
can I still use the Luna pen even
That
if
is-
I'm not
Yes.
transformed?
The
Okay,
Luna
I just
pen-
need a
Oh.
picture.
Yeah, the Luna Pen is an item of power.
Okay,
Yeah, and you can also use your pocket communicator.
of course.
'Cause
I think we all
items of
can.
power are artifacts. They're just things that you carry. You know, they're just parts of ancient 1,000-year-old moon technology.
So all of my items of power are fine and
Yeah,
Okay.
which you really only have. You have the virtual reality compute. She only ever used that transform, so I'm going to call that a no.
okay, fair.
Yeah, especially because it would summon the goggles like over her.
Yeah,
face.
where would she take it from?
She would like take out this little computer. They'll.
It's supposed to be over her tiara. So.
Right, right. So it extends down from her tiara. So you need the tiara, which means you need to be transformed. Okay. So is everybody clear on this game?
I think
Clear
so.
enough.
As clear as ever.
Right? Okay. Okay. So let us set the stage, and you have an important role again. That is why Sailor Moon went to the most experienced person.
Experienced.
Yes, you are the most experienced person.
It's so long.
It's okay. It's okay. You'll understand what I mean. I'm not putting any real pressure on you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. It has been several days since your last fight with the Dark Kingdom, whereupon Ami fell in love with a nerd and a chess master who went to her cram school, which is sort of an after-school, extra school to prepare for college because she wants to be a doctor. And he turned out to be the third rainbow crystal carrier. And he became possessed by a monster. The Sailor Scouts rescued him, but then he moved away. And Ami is feeling a little down because it was the first time she was actually in love. And it was sort of the first time she ever really lightened up. So it was an important moment for her. The other Sailor Scouts are still concerned about finding the rainbow crystals as quickly as possible. Usagi, as usual, is doing her own thing. And so it is that Usagi and her friends Naru and Melvin, Umino, the class nerd and the best friend, because you know those tropes, you have the weird nerd and the best friend, are walking around the city after school one day, and Usagi has just failed yet another test. And Umino is chastising her because had she studied, she would have gotten an A. But then he's also chastising himself because he didn't study and he only got an A minus. And he is very disappointed in himself. But that is the way it goes. When suddenly you spy a poster indicating that the Tokyo Toy and Game Expo is this weekend.
Oh my goodness.
And not only that, they are revealing the new Sailor V video game.
I have been dying to play that. I am such a Sailor V fan. Okay.
Naru says, but you could never afford to go. Tickets are so expensive.
And maybe if I study for my next test, my mom will give me more money to buy this game.
And Umino says, you don't have to pay. Look! And he points out a little note on the bottom. Because in order to encourage more young women to go into game design, this weekend only, young students, high school students, female high school students will get in for free so that they can attend the convention and meet the lead programmer of the Sailor V video game and the artist who designed the character for it.
Oh
Oh my
gosh.
god. Right?
Oh my gosh. I'm dying right now. This is the most exciting news ever. I have to go. I'm going. I have to tell everyone about this. So where are my friends?
I don't know.
Okay.
You do have a pocket communicator.
Okay, I'm going to pull out my pocket communicator and call everyone up and say, guys, there's something really serious that's happening right now.
And suddenly, the pocket communicators ring, but just to set the scene. Meanwhile, Ami is still a little bit depressed. And Mako and Ray and Luna, the little talking black cat. And I should show a picture of Luna. Except the color saturation is so bad you can't actually see her in that picture. Oh, there's Luna. Luna is the one on the side that she is on.
The dark one.
Yeah, Luna is the black kitty. Artemis is the white kitty. But we don't know who Artemis is. Oh, and there's Tuxedo Mask. And
Dreamy.
don't worry about who Prince Darien and the Moonlight Knight are, because they're totally not all the same person.
Definitely not. But
Real looks so
Darien
different.
Yeah,
is.
they really do. And here's Naru and Umino.
Are his eyes always like that?
Yes,
Yes,
he has
the
spiral
glasses.
eyes.
That's what
He has
glasses
really
look like.
thick glasses. That's what that's supposed to be. He's not permanently hypnotized.
Oh, I thought he had like crazy eyes. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Like,
it's Alan.
you see how my glasses look like now? My eyes are always spiraled
Yeah. Absolutely.
because I have glasses on.
So, Ami has been depressed, and Mako is trying to comfort her. Meanwhile, Luna and Ray are discussing the importance of finding the next rainbow crystal as quickly as possible, because now Zoisite has one, and Tuxedo Mask has one.
I only have one, and we're almost halfway through the rainbow crystals.
Now, I should tell you that one of the things that Ray has constantly been trying to do is take leadership
Oh yeah.
from Usagi. And she is a bit resentful that Usagi has been trusted with the Crescent Moon Wand that detects rainbow crystals.
Okay.
Because she feels that,
She doesn't use it enough.
right, she should be out right now searching, and she's not even here at this meeting.
Okay.
So, there's your motivation for the scene. Mako, meanwhile, as I said, sees good in Sailor Moon, or Usagi, and thinks that with responsibility, she will come into her own. And so you are sitting outside the shrine. The water is playing in the garden. There are trees. Because it was always spring.
Yep.
Like so there are always cherry blossoms blowing through the air. Because it's anime again. There's always cherry
Beautiful.
blossoms blowing through. So at this one shrine.
I already forgot everyone saying. There, Ami. It'll be okay.
Oh, I am getting a call.
We need to go out and find We need to go out and find these crystals. Where's Usagi? We need the Moon Crescent one. I should have had it anyway. I should be the leader. She's just a screw up.
Luna says she's supposed to
Crybaby.
Luna says she's supposed to be here right after school. I'm sure she's just running late. But from the tone of her voice, Luna clearly doesn't believe that either, because she has her doubts now. And then we can try to find the next rainbow crystal.
I don't even want the next rainbow crystal anymore. I just want, what was his name again? Greg? What?
Greg?
Greg. All right.
I don't remember his Japanese name. I'm sorry.
Japanese.
Greg Sue. Oh. Greg Suo.
Greg Suo.
He turned into basically an orangutan, though.
Oh.
That was like the weirdest thing. It was like the smartest kid in the school, his monster form is basically an orangutan.
We have a responsibility. We're the protectors of this land and the Moon Kingdom.
Well, you know, I suppose I could use the distraction, but I don't know if I could give it my all.
And at that point, the communicator rings, and Usagi comes in with, repeat the line?
Emergency! Emergency! Everyone come to, where are we at? The convention or something?
No, you guys are, you were on the street, you were
Okay.
you were in the mall, and that's where you saw the poster. We'll just make it easy.
All right. Everyone come to the mall right now. It's an emergency.
Whoa,
Did you find
Usagi,
another
are you
crystal?
okay?
See, she's already doing her job.
And just get.
Do they do like cutscenes?
Yeah,
I hope
they
so.
pretty much
Oh
do.
yeah.
So, Luna takes off, and you guys take off, I assume.
Sure.
Mhm.
And
It's an emergency. She probably has found the next crystal.
So I just kind of snap out of it, thinking something is terrible, and run along.
And your friends come running up a few minutes later. at the speed of plot.
Boy, you guys showed up fast.
What's the emergency? Oh.
So, it's okay, Luna's concerned too. I'm sorry, I guess I should what's the emergency?
Oh,
Right, well, I almost hit it there.
That was perfect.
If we go to this thing, we can meet the creator and the developer of the new Sailor V video game, and it's free for high school or middle school girls.
Right,
Are you
so-
Are you
serious?
kidding? I thought you were her or something.
Oh, soggy.
I thought you found one of the crystals.
I mean, this is pretty up there in terms of importance.
We don't have time for this convention. We need to find these crystals.
Well, what if there's a crystal in there?
Use your wand and we can find out.
Well, I mean, it's
Isn't
not
that
today, right?
No, it's this weekend.
Well, we'll go this weekend, and I will bring that, and we will all go.
Do you even have it with you now?
Checks my bag. You mean this thing? Yeah, I got it.
I'm impressed. You didn't leave it at home this time.
I'm not a total failure. Hides school failure paper.
I suppose there's no harm in checking there. There will be a lot of people there. It might be a good place to continue our search.
I mean, that's exactly what I was saying. Luna agrees with me.
Well, I suppose worst case I could use an opportunity to network with a computer game programmer. Might do me some good.
Great. That's great for you. That's great for you, Ami.
Thanks.
I will note that it is both the computer programmer and the artist who designed the character.
Artist. Okay.
You could probably get her autograph.
Oh my gosh, I could get an autograph. That would be the greatest thing ever.
You should bring your Sailor V manga or
I will. I will bring my Sailor V manga.
Oh, I do like the manga, so I'm a little excited. I guess.
Interesting.
I'll bring my manga.
Of course,
I'm still fuming. I'm like,
Right,
mad.
no, that's-
I'm angry.
that's
but
really-
inside, internally, I'm like, I can get mine signed too.
that's actually something Ray would do too, and she would keep it hidden. She wouldn't want to get caught, so she would try to sneak off from the rest of the group and go over and get it signed.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I got a game plan and everything now.
So now at this point, meanwhile, there would be a cutscene to the Dark Kingdom where Kunzite is explaining her plan to Queen Beryl. But you missed it. Because you
We're not
can't
there.
know.
Oh.
But I am on microphone. So I can walk over here,
Oh, this is
probably
perfect.
go be her, explain
What
that
did
the
We
Dark
can-
Kingdom wants some time to search for
Are we supposed to be like this?
their
Yeah,
way.
maybe we should.
Realize that the
Cover
Sailor
your-
Scouts are probably interested
say
in the
cover
Sailor
your
V video because it is modeled after them unknowingly. And so they have created, using a massive amount of dark energy, a programmer. And he will go unleash a monster and hopefully distract the Sailor Scouts, buying Kunzite extra time to search on her own. Of course, this will lead to... This is going to go ahead with the next episode of the show, but it is a good plan. You got to give him that. Because I'm an awesome GM, that's why. I actually wrote a plot.
That was awkward. You can't leave us in front of the camera by yourself.
You know?
You were just like dancing and running.
It's like not knowing what to do with your hands. This is one episode of 30 Rock where he has to be on camera, and all of a sudden he realizes that he doesn't know how to walk or what to do with his hands as soon as he starts thinking about it. So he's like walking around. Is it or is it? And he's going back. Are your hand and your foot in sync when you walk? And he's like trying to figure it out on camera. It's hilarious. But meanwhile, that weekend. Also the whole, just between you guys and me, the whole young girls get in for free thing, that was part of the plan too. That was a plan.
Oh.
You didn't hear that. Okay. So, that weekend. Oh, good. We are absolutely right on schedule because we're actually starting the game now.
Perfect.
So
Yay!
Okay, so that weekend at the Tokyo Expo Center, which I'm assuming is a thing,
Oh, most
Mhm.
likely.
Probably.
um, the four girls arrive, and the place is thronged with people, all all there to check out. Well, now see, this is the interesting thing because this is Tokyo and this is '92, so it's much more of a toy and game expo than the sort of thing that we would expect from Gen Con. But it is still a really big deal, and there's a lot of people there checking it out who could get in. And especially with the whole young girls get in for free thing, there's a lot of young girls there to check it out, hoping for their opportunity to break into the industry. This is not topical or anything. But and so the four of you arrive there. And as you are waiting in line to get in, and the people at the doors are, just letting you pass one at a time, suddenly you are bumped into from behind, and you hear a snide voice that says, "Watch your step, bunhead."
Darian.
You.
Turning around, you see that it is indeed Mamoru
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
and his friend
Mamoru.
No,
His attractive friend.
Andrew, the cute video game guy that he works at the arcade, and I cannot.
Yeah, I
And,
remember him now.
right, and they were friends.
That guy.
Motoki,
Matoki.
and Mamoru.
I got a huge crush on Mamoru. Or is that not till later?
No,
It
no,
says
that's
in here that I have a major crush on Darian.
yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
I think
play that.
everyone does.
Everybody had a major, except Usagi.
Except
she
me.
never had a crush on
Just
Mamoru
Tuxedo Mask.
because he was always a jerk to her.
Yeah, I was gonna say it says in here that he does, but I think that's later.
I think I kind of have a thing for Matoki, but I've just got out of a rough breakup.
Yeah, no.
Giving it time.
And Matoki, I don't have a really good picture of him, but he's just this cute blonde boy. He is
don't
older.
remember him.
They are both at this point. They're just about to graduate high school, I think. So they would be about 17. They are friends. Matoki and Usagi are good friends because Usagi is always at the arcade drowning her sorrows in video games, and Matoki likes her, and they talk video games a lot. And once Mako started hanging out with her and they started going to the arcade together, that's how Mako got to know Matoki. Unfortunately, he's also friends with Mamoru. Oh.
Alright, so Mamoru, you jerk. You should watch where you're going.
What are you even doing here?
Hello, Sailor V game.
This is supposed to be an opportunity for you to do something with your life, not just fangirl over someone.
I think this is a great opportunity. Maybe I want to play video games professionally someday. I'm well on my way.
Lighten up, Mamoru, says Matoki.
Hi,
Maybe.
Matoki.
Hi, Usagi.
Nice to see you.
Are you here to check out the new game?
Yes, I am.
Oh, and you brought Mako.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Or maybe, I think he knows her as Makoto, though. Mako is more of a very familial thing.
Why do I have 3 names? This is confusing.
You are Makoto,
Makoto,
but Mako
Mako.
is a nickname.
Okay.
Okay, it's like Kim is short for Kimberly.
Mm.
See how that works?
Who calls me Kimber?
You call yourself Kimberly. It confuses me. I can never find you on Facebook for exactly that reason. I'm like, who the hell is Kimberly?
We all decided to come out. It's a lovely day. I'm assuming I'm a positive today.
You are a very happy person.
Okay,
Until someone pisses you off.
got it.
Then
And
think-
then
the kung fu comes out.
Got it.
I think it was kung fu.
This is karate.
Karate? Okay.
where's that?
What?
It says she knows
Oh.
karate.
I think that's another thing that sort of got switched around for the American audience because they didn't think anyone would know anything other than karate.
Yep.
Well, maybe we'll see you inside. Are you going to check out the new game?
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll see you later then. See you later, bunhead.
Leave me alone.
Bye, Mamoru.
Bye, Matoki.
And Mamoru barely notices you.
Yeah. Because if I remember right, she was like shy around him.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
honest.
And then they went on that really awkward date.
Oh. Yeah. I forgot about that.
That's already happened.
Yeah, the awkward date thing I think already happened. It happened pretty early.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. It's okay.
It's-
You know, we
she's
don't have
still-
to be experts.
She's still.
We're
she's
not
still
going to break the
crushing.
canon. We're not breaking your head canon. I'm sorry.
They're gonna have to go back and remake all the shows based on this game.
We're gonna send the-
Which is great because I don't even remember this character. Like you could tell me that she didn't exist and I would believe you. That's how well I know her.
She's basically a wallflower.
Okay, good. So am I.
I don't know. You're getting a little too worked up over that broken up relationship thing, but you know,
Yeah.
She was in love.
I know she was in love.
This man.
But
was
it's also
part
a
of her
cartoon
soul.
show.
Yeah. Next episode, it's fixed.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one of the nice things about Sailor Moon is they didn't really do that. Like after Naru fell in love with Nephlite, and then he died saving her and reformed himself from the Dark Kingdom. There were several episodes dealing with Naru's depression
I
and
don't
them
remember.
trying to.
Oh, Molly.
Yeah, Molly. Sorry, Molly's
Sometimes
depression and
A
trying. To,
soul needs time to heal.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it was actually really nice that they
I
didn't.
remember that.
Yeah. In fact, it was like 3 or 4 episodes later that she was still depressed, and that's when the priest was talking to her, who turned out to be a rainbow crystal carrier, turned into a monster and tried to kill her. Because that's how things happen.
Poor Molly.
So, you get through the doors, and now you are in the expo center with a massive throng of people surrounding everything. And Luna slips in with you.
Of course she does.
I'm going to scout around and see if I can learn anything.
Yeah, me too. Takes out my manga to be signed.
I don't take out my manga, but I also have the same idea, and I'm like, me too.
Remember, we're here looking for the rainbow crystal carriers.
Oh yeah, yes. Totally serious.
Nobody questions me.
This time, unless it's an actual emergency, let's just call on the phone. Only for that.
That was an emergency. That was a pretty big emergency.
Shake my head at her.
Where do I go to get my stuff signed?
Well, the art signing is over in that direction. The programmers who are giving their seminars and talks are over in the other direction. In the other direction is where you can buy all the stuff.
Okay.
Because this is actually a very simple expo. There's the artist, there's the programmer, there's the sales floor. You know, they only have plot-specific locations in this particular expo
Convenient.
center.
All
Well,
right.
take your time, but I'm definitely not leaving without a copy of the game.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go over to the art area. I guess you're coming with me,
I'll
right?
follow suit.
No, I went before you.
Oh.
I'm
Right,
sneaking. I
she
don't want.
snuck off. She's going to scout on her own.
I see.
And then you see me there
So I
because
happen to
it's
see you there.
that.
We'll come to that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. I didn't even notice you were missing.
Aw.
So Ray slipped away before anyone could notice.
Sure.
Because she said she was going to go scout, and she did.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what happened.
So wait, what does the line look like for getting my stuff signed?
Oh, the lines are terrible.
Better get a copy of the game before that line gets any longer.
You're going to get really hungry standing in that line.
Oh, I know. I woke up late and I forgot to eat breakfast because that's what she does all the time. So I'm starving right now,
It's her perpetual state.
basically.
Is there any place to get sandwiches around here?
Oh, yeah, there's also a food court. That's
Okay,
plot
food court.
specific, too.
All right, I don't think I'm as hungry. I'm depressed, but I still had breakfast.
Okay, so Ray has snuck off. She's heading toward Artist's Alley, as it were.
Yes.
I want to get a copy of the game.
Or do you want to meet the artist?
I think I want to. Which line's shorter?
Meeting the artist.
All right, I'm meeting the artist.
And I tag along mostly.
That's a
Just,
trick we call railroading.
oh,
Yeah.
And what about Ami and Mako?
I'm gonna go check out the video game themed cookbook.
Okay.
This seems like something I would do.
I am just tagging along with Usagi, keeping an eye out, kind of sizing up the room, seeing what opportunities there are and if there are any leads.
Okay. So, Ray has already slipped herself into the line and is standing quietly.
I actually have my book out now.
Oh, you have it out?
Yeah, because I'm not with my friends anymore.
Right.
I can let my geek flag fly.
You got it.
It's early. I believe that's an interview.
And suddenly you hear coming from the door into the room where all the artists are seated, and you can see that there's a long line, and then they're seated along a long row so you can get what you have signed. You suddenly hear Usagi's voice complaining about the long line and how she didn't have breakfast and how she's going to get so hungry standing in the line, but she doesn't want to wait, and you're basically, this is like tortured soul stuff here.
No, of
And
course.
so you hear her coming.
Yeah. I stuff the book away and get that anime red face that happens.
A veins in
Yeah,
your
right.
forehead.
Little sweat droplet.
Yeah. Just
Oh, no.
completely red and embarrassed. And then
Well, they haven't spotted you yet.
it's still embarrassing. It
Right.
might happen. And I'm just gonna try and kind of hide it in the line.
Okay. So hiding yourself would be an act of body.
Oh.
I've got to work a die roll in here.
I gotta do it.
eventually.
Dice
I said I was
Woo!
sizing things up. I think if anyone sees her, it's me.
You tell me how to run my game?
No.
Oh, no!
Quick, out.
What? I was just asking if I could see her.
And in a spray of bubbles, Mercury explodes forever.
Oh.
Oh, you're not supposed to clap for that. Sorry.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and you're going to roll 2 dice. And because of the crowd, this is fairly easy. So you can take a -2 to the die roll, and you're going to compare it to your body stat. If it's equal to or less, then you have probably succeeded. And if it's more, you have probably failed, and we'll determine what happens from there.
Okay.
Because that's my job.
It is a super, super fail.
Okay, so you attempt to hide yourself behind someone else, and you slam into them, and they are an extremely grumpy van.
Of course.
One of these big, towering, people that you get, big and broad.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, watch where you're going. Hey, stay in line, no cutting.
I'm not cutting.
And then suddenly, you two hear a commotion.
Like
Right?
about to get in a fight. I'm flexing and.
Just to be clear, you cannot set people on fire.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
no, I mean a fist fight.
Because
mad.
I've seen bar fights in D&D where somebody pulls out the great axe. So I just wanted to be clear: don't throw actual fireballs right now.
Yeah.
Only for monsters.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to punch someone.
Whoa, I think someone is getting in a fight here. Let's see what's going on.
One of the expo enforcers comes over too and says, "Is something going on?"
Oh my gosh.
And
really?
now there's suddenly a circle clearing around you as someone says, "This girl was trying to cut in line." Yeah, she shoved me.
I just tripped. I'm not trying to cut.
We can eject you from the expo center for that.
For tripping?
For cutting.
I wasn't cutting. I don't even want to be in this dumb line. And then my manga falls out. That's the super anime thing to happen.
Hey, I had no idea you were such a fan.
I'm not. I'm just scouting it out. I'm trying to look for things.
And what have you found?
Yeah, what did you find?
Nothing. I just tripped. I try to leave the situation.
Well, I'm not getting out of line.
I'm going to help her ease the circle back into a line.
Gradually, you calm things down. Having been discovered, you are not ejected from the expo center, but you are all sent away from the line. All three of you have to leave Artist Alley. Meanwhile, elsewhere, walking the hallway between the different seminar rooms, looking for where they're selling books, Luna catches up to Mako.
Hey, Mako.
Have you spotted anything yet?
Nope, just a couple cookbooks about rice.
Have you seen Usagi?
Not yet. I think they went online for the artist.
Well, there's something weird going on that I think we should check out.
All right.
I overheard that the programmer for the game, Utadu, has gone missing. No one can find him, and he's supposed to do his seminar in about a half hour. Everybody seems very nervous because it's not like him.
That is strange.
It seems suspicious.
All right. I'll try to contact him.
Okay.
Boop, boop, boop.
Mako, what is it?
It seems the programmer for the game has gone missing.
That's horrible.
This is what we really came for.
I was hoping to meet him.
Guys,
That's
get
so
off the line. We have to go
unfortunate.
find him.
They're not
Yeah,
in.
I need his signature.
You guys aren't in the line anymore, though.
Yeah.
Wait, can we wait until after we eat? I'm starving.
This is important. Eating can wait.
Out
No,
of,
it can't.
out of the corner of your eye, Usagi and Rei notice suddenly the artist who drew the original manga and the characters for the video game politely excuses herself from the table and gets up and heads off down a hallway where she is currently alone away from the enforcers in the line. Probably heading off to get a snack in the bathroom or to take a break or whatever.
So I couldn't help but notice that the artist is going that way. Pulls out manga. Maybe she knows something. We should ask.
No, we have to find Japanese Lita.
Kodo. Mako.
We have to find Mako.
Would it be easier to just use the English names?
Either way, I'm not going to remember.
I know.
Just going to point.
But I have it written down. Hang on, let me write actual Jupiter.
Well, actually,
and then
Ray is
I'll-
easy. Ray is Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Yeah.
Tommy is Amy.
Yeah.
It's just Usagi becomes Serena and Makoto becomes Lita. Okay, we'll just switch it to American names.
Sure.
I've made this too difficult on everyone.
Oh,
I think
man.
it was actually mine.
I don't
I
know
just
the other
have,
one.
that's all my notes. That's all that my notes pertain to.
Oh, that's what you did is you just changed. Oh, it's all just
Yeah.
names?
It's just names.
I only have
It's
to
just
change
who.
Makoto to Lita. That's easy. Easy enough. Okay.
What am I now? Lita.
You're Lita. I'm still Ray. She's Serena, and she's Amy.
Yeah, and I think that name is written on there too, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, yours is just a spelling change.
Yeah.
So really pronounce that silent E at the end.
Ray.
No, it's silent.
Oh, dang it! I
Pronounce
did
it
wrong.
silently.
Ray.
Okay, so what's going on?
Okay, so Ray, you go meet up with Lita. I'm gonna go follow the artist and see if she knows where Utado is.
You're coming along, and I'm grabbing her.
But I want to go. I need to ask questions.
Come on, crybaby.
Don't call me crybaby.
At which point you begin to cry.
Yes.
I'm just picturing her, like, sitting, Lisa,
Yeah.
crying on the floor.
That's how she does. She
Yeah.
does it with like her ankles splayed
Right.
out, legs together,
Basically throwing a tantrum right now.
with the
kinda-
fountain of tears coming out
Yeah.
of the top of her head.
Ah.
Typical anime style.
I guess I'm going that way.
Just kind of standing over, looking nervous, hoping this doesn't get too much attention.
Nothing to see here.
It's just a girl crying at a convention. That's normal.
Meanwhile, while you're waiting for your friends to show up, all of a sudden, you hear a commotion up ahead, down the hallway, and they said, "Hey, we found him, but something's strange. He's acting weird." And they start running toward him, and someone says, "Get the nurse."
All right, I'm going to run over and see what's going on.
And Luna comes running up beside you. And all of a sudden, sort of nerdish middle-aged man who, with a pocket protector because he is a computer programmer and this is a cartoon and certain conventions have to be observed.
That's true.
He is shoving his way through the crowd, one after another, saying, "Get out of my way. I have to go give a seminar. They're here to see me." And he's shoving people aside. And everybody seems really stunned. And it's like, he's usually so polite. This isn't like him. What's wrong? And he has sort of a weird glaze in his eyes. Something's definitely wrong. Where are they?
Oh, boop, boop, boop again.
Mako, don't worry about that now. Follow him before he gets away.
Right, run over him. I'm going to run up to him.
He is shoving his way down the hallway, knocking people aside, being extremely rude.
Excuse me, sir, are you feeling all right?
Get out of my way! And he shoves you backwards.
Oh, no, he didn't. I'm gonna,
I have to go give a seminar. Don't you know who I am?
no one's going to care who you are if you're going to act that way towards everyone.
Everyone will care who I am. I'd program the Sailor V video game.
Who's going to buy it acting that way?
Everyone will buy it. They'll all buy it. They'll buy anything I turn out. I'm the best. And hear all of that out there? That's for me.
I don't think that's for you. I think that's for your game. You're a terrible person.
Get out of my way, girl. And he takes both of his hands and shoves you bodily aside. Now I should point out, Makoto does not like to be bullied.
I'm like, am I
And-
going to beat up a game designer? Is that what I would do?
Oh.
A nerd.
I think I'm going to go karate on him.
All right, so you're going to go ahead and go ahead, tell us in a little more detail.
I'm going to get up, dust myself off, and punch him in the face.
Oh, Mako, no! Says Luna, as you can make a fighting roll. Now, for a fighting roll, you actually have a fighting stat, an attack stat, an attack combat value.
Yes, attack combat value.
Right. So you're going to go ahead and roll that. Yeah, and you're attempting to roll greater than or less than.
Oh. It is greater than.
Okay. So as you go forward to punch him in the face, suddenly Luna runs underneath your feet, as cats are prone to do, and trips you the hell over.
Oh.
And you fall
Strong.
flat on your face.
Luna!
How dare you! Says the programmer, as around the corner come your three friends who now see this altercation. It looks like Mako is laying on the ground on her face, and a computer programmer is there yelling at her. The rest of the crowd has parted because obviously terrible things are afoot.
Whoa, did he just hit her?
I think he just hit that girl and knocked her out. All of you shut up! She got in my way. She's no one!
Wow, what a jerk.
I was really looking forward to meeting this game designer, but he's kind of a jerk.
Usagi. What's it called?
The Moon Crescent Wand.
Usagi.
I'm Serena now.
Oh, shoot.
Damn.
No.
This is worse than switching grade way.
Unswitch.
Okay, I'm
Use whichever. Who cares?
Serena
I'm confused
Usagi.
anyway.
Serena. Usagi. You there.
Bunhead.
Crybaby. That's the same either way.
Crybaby. Just use Crybaby. You're
Crybaby. Look, use the wand.
Oh, yeah. How many people are around me?
Well, the wand is just, it blinks to detect that there's a
Okay.
rainbow crystal present. You
So-
haven't looked at it since you got in here.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh.
have
Because
to
you're a
push my
slacker.
books to the side in
Which,
my bag.
which actually is very well done. I don't know whether you did it on purpose or just forgot about it, but either way, good on you.
All right, so I'm gonna push my books to the side in my bag and check my crescent moon wand.
It is blinking away. Blink, 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 blink. A rainbow crystal carrier is near.
Guys, a rainbow crystal carrier is near. I have to find them.
I think we found him. And I think
Oh.
he just punched Lita in the face. No, tripped her?
Mhm.
I think he just
can't
hit
tell.
Lita.
Those hang
And
buttons
I-
for shouting profanities.
Luna comes running over and says, "You can't transform here. All of these people will see. You got to try and get him out of here."
We should pull the fire alarm.
That's a really good idea.
I've watched TV before. That's what you do.
Great thinking, Ray.
Whatever.
Do you?
Huh?
Do
Amy,
you?
go pull it.
Okay, can I just kind of slink off and look for a fire alarm?
Oh, it's right there. I mean,
Alright.
They're everywhere.
Cool. Pull it.
They're right there.
Start shouting and pointing at the door. Fire! Fire!
Suddenly there's loud flashing emergency lights, and of course the fire bell ring, and then one after another the sprinklers come on, spraying water down.
I like water.
That's
Shoot.
good for you.
People suddenly start throwing their hands up over their head and running out. Except for obviously Mako is on the ground, but that creates a distraction so that she can stand herself up. And the programmer, my own microphone here. I gotta stop playing with my hair. I'm sorry. And the programmer suddenly, he looks around and everyone's like, "Why are you running? You're here to see me. Get back here, all of you!" And you can hear from the other hallways that people are leaving the expo center because they think there's an emergency. The whole place is being evacuated. You did this! You drove them away! And then he suddenly freezes in place and starts to convulse.
We've seen this before.
Yeah, this is nothing new. People turn into monsters all the friggin' time in this world.
It's Tuesday.
Probably at least 24 times at this point.
But the rule is, you have to watch. You're not allowed to attack mid-transformation. This could take
I'm probably like,
And we can't transform while he's transforming.
Right. You can't transform while he's transforming. And he suddenly clutches his chest and slumps forward as little electronic squares and bits of glowing green and blue rise out of him and spiral up to form a humanoid shape made of pixels with clouds of little ones and zeros floating around them. And virtual reality goggles glowing green over his face. He is crackling with blue electricity.
oh no, it's the Matrix.
Isn't there a specific order everybody transforms in every time?
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Well,
These are
once they
tense.
threw 4 people in, it became sort of a montage.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes.
Oh yeah, because it's just a flash of.
Well, no, what happens now is
I
that
thought you
Luna
were last.
has to say, "Girls, transform!
Oh.
It's one of the rainbow
I'm
crystals!"
pretty sure I am last, actually.
Yeah, you're last.
Well, I
Because
think-
then
well-
you do the moon powers
Well, no, I
activate.
think you yell it first, and then
But I transform last.
you transform less. So you do moon.
Moon prism power.
Oh, are we back to English now?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
that's what it says on here, so I'm going with that.
And you take out your compact,
Yep.
which suddenly glows with radiant light as
Mercury power makeup.
and suddenly waves of water come spiraling around as you hover up in the air and spiral around you, forming a bodysuit and an adorable miniskirt.
I love it.
Oh wait, do we get to do this now?
Yep. You
Oh,
can
yeah. Look at
do
me.
your transformation.
It's-
I
Wait,
like
wait,
that.
I didn't
I
transform yet.
haven't-
I haven't transformed yet. I'm
and
just holding this
the
up.
locket in the center
Oh,
of
wait.
your bow forms as the bow ties itself, and then the last thing is the tiara closes itself around your forehead, and then you strike Mercury's pose, which I can't remember.
Oh, it's very much like
Oh wait, yeah, she's just sort of outward.
her knees are bent inward, like she has to go to the bathroom.
Right, right.
She's just
This is important that we get this
Yep,
right.
yep.
So come on. There we go.
You gotta do. You gotta
it's
do
more
that.
like a baby fist thing.
Yeah.
You got this.
Okay, and then Mars goes next, and they actually go in the order that they entered the series.
Okay.
Is usually the way it goes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think I might remember.
Mars is next, and then Jupiter.
I
There
throw
poses
my
on here?
wand up in the air. Mars power makeup.
Rings of fire come spiraling around you.
So cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Fire.
And they close themselves on you, becoming your body, your fuku? Yeah, I think it's called a fuku. The sailor, the school uniform sailor dress thing is called a fuku, I think. I'm not a Japanophile by any stretch.
It is called a fuku.
Ah, I got it
It's
right.
on here.
Oh, yeah. And then you've got to strike your pose.
I
And
don't
I'm pretty
remember what
sure
it
your
looks like.
pose is hand on hip, other hand thrown
Yes,
down,
I do remember.
leg out
It's
in
that.
defiance.
Hang on, I gotta do this.
Yep. So
I was the slacker at the beginning of it, and it's.
there you go.
I had to make a grumpy face. 'cause
Jupiter
she's-
power makeup.
Oh, see, she's going
Nice
to
pose.
Japanese.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't.
No. Okay.
Yay!
I happen to know Jupiter's really well.
I can't imagine why you know it.
So
What a
it's
coincidence.
right leg extended, right hand out like this, doing an L shape. Other hand up, two fingers like
Rocking
that.
out.
Like that. That is her pose, which is actually.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Beautiful.
All right. Now for the really long complicated sequence with all of the details.
Dude, that's
And
sound
don't
effects.
forget that you have to end by giving a speech.
Remember all of it, but
No, it's she makes up a different speech every time. It's like, you're taking advantage of girls' desire to become video game programmers, and your own ego has gotten the better of you. It's wrong to do that. In the name of the moon, I will punish you. There you go. Perfect.
Go team.
that's what I said, by the way.
Ditto. Yeah.
Good ventriloquism.
Sailor Scouts, you will be deleted. And he throws up his hands, and suddenly, bits of ones and zeros and clouds of computer programming fill the hallway, shrouding it in impossible to see through electronic energy.
Well,
As lightning crackles all around.
I've never seen a monster or a power quite like this. I'm going to analyze it and see what's going on here. And I guess I make my VR goggles disappear on my face.
Yep, they just appear on your
All right,
face.
does that cost a power or anything? Nope. Okay.
All right, so go ahead and roll your mind stat. Now,
You've
this is
gotta
going to be
press on your
particularly
earring.
difficult. Right.
Press on the earring.
All right.
Oh, she holds it up, presses on the earring, VR goggles appear,
All right.
and then the screen starts blinking and analyzing the situation because now there is no hallway or anything else. It is just a room filled with or a void filled with computer code that is streaking around past you in all directions.
Isn't that what the monster did anyway, though?
No, that's what. What do you mean?
So the monster made a room filled with computer code?
Yeah, that's what I'm describing the scene.
Okay,
for
I'm
you.
sorry. I thought you were saying that's what the feed looks like on my goggles.
No. Well,
Okay.
now you're analyzing it, so there's like crosshairs trying to find things. You know, 'cause
Okay. So it
that's how
makes sense of the
computers
code.
analyze things. It's always like two crosshairs.
Sure. Little numbers.
And
Getting,
then little inexplicable like symbols appear, and then you read them, and it's like, oh, this is what's happening. So roll your mind stat, and you're gonna have a +4.
cool. So 11 is greater than 10.
Oh no, he's scrambling the signal. You can't get a read on him. It's almost like he's some sort of computer virus, and no one can see through this magic that has filled the hall.
Well, I had better take off these goggles before he does something
Oh,
to damage my equipment.
You're done.
All
My
right.
plot, it's just gone.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring out the crescent moon wand and try homing in on him.
Ooh, very good. It is blinking away, blinking out of control. But it will not find him in this mist, or not this mist, this shroud of ones and zeros. And suddenly, a group of pixels in the form of what looks like some sort of ancient, or not ancient, but some sort of like really dated, like Space Invader type thing comes bleeping out straight at the group. And it's going to strike Mercury because she is, she was the one who's standing still longest trying to analyze things, and it homed in on her. So you're going to roll 2 dice, and you're going to use your defense stat. So,
Okay.
yep.
Defense combat value?
Yeah, defense
Oh,
combat
that's
value.
really bad.
I don't know
Yeah,
if there's
she's
something
not
else.
really good at defending herself.
Oh, all right. So I don't know what my modifier was, but I got a 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
I said a +4, so.
Oh, geez. All right. So
So
6
what
is
did you-
greater than 4.
Okay. So the thing explodes against you in a spray of green light, and then there's this crackling noise. It's like, and you are thrown off your feet and sent sprawling in the computer code.
Oh, all right.
You can hear the cackling of, it's end of line for you. There will be no reboot. And you can hear the voice laughing from all around you.
All right.
All right, what's someone else want to do? Mercury got knocked aside. Oh, and you take, sorry, you're going to take 20 damage.
My goodness.
Yeah, don't die. You can't die, obviously.
Yeah, that would screw up the series.
They'd have to remake it based on this. I'm gonna shoot a fireball. That seems like a good plan, right?
At what?
I don't see him.
Yeah, there isn't anything
Man.
to see.
I'm gonna try to just run through where the guy was standing because I was close, and see if I can just tackle something.
Oh, that's very interesting. Go right ahead and give me a fighting stat with a +2 difficulty since you can't see what you're doing. Combat, attack combat value.
Okay. 4, 6. That's under 8.
Excellent. So Sailor Jupiter suddenly lunges forward into the cloud of data and manages to wrap her arms around the guy and throw him to the ground. All around you, the illusion statics a bit, but it doesn't quite disappear.
I got him over here.
Mercury, cancel his attacks! Yells Luna from
All right.
somewhere in the void.
Of course. I was thinking that that's Mercury Bubble Blast. I think I hadn't seen
Like I said, it cancels enemy magic.
Yes. Okay, cool.
So you got to do the
wrestling.
little thing.
So
right?
yeah, what is there a pose?
She just like sort of twists around. And
Well,
looks-
she goes around and then up.
Stands with her knees bent
Isn't
and
that
arms
right?
I just know it's
outstretched.
like,
Yeah, it gives a description.
A
Oh, is there a
glowing
description?
a blue orb.
Oh
Let's
my
see.
God.
She spins around once, crossing her arms over
Yeah.
her chest before she stops,
And
then spreads them
sprays out.
wide. Yeah,
Right.
Spray the bubbles.
Yep.
All right.
but you gotta call it out.
Yep.
Mercury Bubbles Blast.
And a spray of bubbles shoots forth from your chest.
All right. Yeah.
That is
I got a little
exactly
thing
what
in the middle of my ribbon, right?
And
It's coming from your boobs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
as the water sprays around, the computer code begins to crackle in static, and the beast, 8-bit, whatever, I don't know, I didn't give it a name. It's whatever.
Pac-Man.
Yeah. They really did have really stupid names.
Yeah.
Most of them weren't even named in the show. But he starts to crackle in static and become unstable in your arms for a bit, but he manages to hold it together. But all of the sudden, all of the static that was shrouding everything disappears, and you can see once again that you're in the hallway. The sprinklers have fortunately stopped, but the hallway is still empty. Everything is soaked. The programmer is still laying on the ground, and Mars is laying, or
Jupiter.
is laying next to the programmer with the monster tackled under her. At that point, you need to roll your defense stat. And you're gonna have he's gonna have a +2 bonus, so that's a -2 to you for defense. I'm sorry, +2 to defense for you.
Oh, that's over.
So he shrouds himself with a spray of blocky bits and throws his arms out, throwing you off of him. You take 30 damage,
Oh.
and you roll over and tumble against the wall.
Oof.
He then begins summoning little space invaders all around him that are circling him and probably getting ready to come flying at people and attack.
Right. Well, Jupiter can hit him, so maybe I can hit the flying objects out of the sky as well. I still have a little power for that.
Well, you just acted.
Yeah. So do you have?
I forgot about my little scrolls,
The Ofuda.
the Fuda.
Yep, and they would be more useful to exorcise a demon, but the monster is already out of his body.
Okay, so it's not still.
No, that's fine. It's what is needed here is someone needs to wipe out those monsters.
All right, I'm good at that. Probably, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna Mars fire ignite.
Okay.
That's a gun.
Hang on. This
Yeah, she.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the Firebird one? I think that was her
Yeah.
updated one. I can't believe we're sitting here.
It says brings her hands together and
Hold on her
interlocks.
fingers. And
Except
she
her
points
hands.
to the sky. A flame appears at her fingertips. Before she takes aim. And then,
Yeah.
So it's gun.
Yeah, and then
Charlie's saying.
That's so cool.
wait, hang on,
Now remember, this does
Oh.
20 energy points. This drains 20 energy points. And
Yes.
you
I
drain
got it,
energy. Okay.
So is she shooting the demon or the space invaders or both?
What are you
It doesn't
doing?
Matter.
The Space Invaders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give me an attack combat.
Oh, I was gonna.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna do it.
Yeah, go
Let's
ahead.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't
Sorry.
say it at the same time.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright. Mars Fire Ignite!
That was perfect.
Yay.
It's
Too
just
much water.
I'm supposed to be underneath
Poops
my
out
attack
of
combat
this.
value.
Yep.
Alright, so
And that's you have a separate combat value for using your
Yeah, it's-
senshi attacks.
9, and I rolled an 11.
Senshi, by the way, I think it means soldier or something like that, soldier or guardian. So they are
The scout
guardians.
attacks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly, the Sailor Scout attacks. I don't know why guardian or soldier became scout, but whatever. I guess you don't want to, soldier is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Well,
wasn't
they're
girly
13,
enough in
right?
the 90s.
Yeah.
So
I don't have any
Sailor
modifiers
suits.
or anything.
nope, it's
Yeah.
straight up.
Sailor
There are
suits.
sailor suits.
I got
Uh,
that a
11,
sailor?
and I
That-
needed a 9,
Yes.
so.
oh,
over.
opponents defended a +2 penalty to the die roll. So you have a -2 there.
Okay. So I get it on the nose.
Okay, then in that case,
Yay.
Unless I'm at. No, that's right.
as the Space Invaders gather into one line and start to streak toward the group, your fire meets them and deletes them one after the other straight through the line,
Yay.
dispersing just before it hits 8-bit.
Great job, Sailor Mars. I'm supposed to make you happy. Am I like a bard?
No.
Oh, it says I encourage people.
You are,
You're just
you are
nice.
very
All right,
encouraging.
all right.
You're a nice, genuine person, which is why you're the best Sailor Scout.
Okay, good.
But you are also damage output and stunning.
Got it.
So,
Are you supposed to be the bard? I don't think he'd say the words.
I know.
That Sailor Scout about the bard.
I thought it was going to be like he was making me.
so now you have an opportunity.
I'd like to take out the guy with my power, whatever it is. Thunder Crash.
Does everyone have exactly one power as of this episode?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
pretty
I
much
have
And-
two.
And
Oh.
there's sort of like, there's almost like a puzzle sequence to fighting the boss.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like,
Pretty
okay.
much doing it too.
I know,
This seems very familiar.
right? This is what we call an Eigenplot. A plot where everybody is useful once and only once!
The more you know.
I realized that as soon as I tried to go again, I was like, wait, that's not.
No, you had an opportunity. Give someone else a turn.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you did something really awesome, actually.
Right, I'm supposed to stun him now? You're going to wish you'd never been programmed!
Oh!
Yeah.
Okay.
So what now? I use that one? The 9?
So now, hold on a second.
Oh, right.
Do it. Okay. So it's cross fingers over. Oh wait, no. It's cross fingers overhead. Draw them down to chest as antenna comes up. Lightning comes down into antenna. That's Jupiter, thunder, and then crash.
You guys both look so cool.
Jupiter Thunderbolt Crash!
And lightning strikes out.
Is this
Oh.
one where she
Hopefully.
hovers?
He's made of
Yeah,
data.
this-
You also have to be
Yeah,
to hover.
hover briefly.
Tables.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll your attack stat now because this is electrical based. Am
Am I going to electrocute everyone in the way?
You're gonna get a -2. No, it's directed.
It's an
to the
anime.
target.
Because he's made of data.
Exactly.
Woo! I did it! I got an E.
And he starts to crackle and lose his form and starts to like digitize and mosaic and all the other terrible wipes that Windows Movie Maker people use. Or Sailor Moon, hurry, heal him, get the crystal.
All right, I'm going to pull out my crescent moon wand, and then let's see. I don't know when I'm supposed to say it and when I'm supposed to do it, but I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah, well, you got the music going.
yeah. And then
Oh, yeah.
moon healing activation,
Or weirdly in the Japanese, escalation.
escalation.
Whatever. And you point the wand toward the monster, and nothing happens.
Oh!
Oh no, it's not working. Luna, what's happening?
you hear a voice laughing, and suddenly in the air, arms crossed behind you, appearing in that little the red streams that they did, is Zoe Sight, the blonde-haired king of heaven, because they were the 4 kings of heaven.
Gasp!
Yeah. Everybody.
Sorry to distract you, Sailor Scouts. We've gone ahead and made a fake crystal, and while you've been here wasting your time, the Dark Kingdom has already been searching for the next one. Whether 8-Bit takes you out or not is unimportant. You've lost time, and we can take advantage of that. And then 8-Bit begins to laugh and splays his own body out, filling the area with crackling energy once again. And each of you has to roll a defense stat at a +2.
That is unwinnable, I
Yeah,
think.
+2.
Do I have to match?
Do we get the bonus?
Oh,
for
but
being
we're
Sailor
sailors?
Senshi mode?
Yes. Sure.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh, that helps.
I did not get it.
Jeez.
Wait, we're at a
Alright.
+2? This is gonna.
Do
Nope.
I add 2 to the dice and I
Nope.
want a number lower than this?
I was over by 1.
Oh, well.
So you all failed it?
Yeah. Adding 2.
Ah, this
Streams
seems
and
like a plot
ribbons
point.
of data come swirling around each of you, swirling around and holding you down to the ground. You each take 30 damage.
Oh man.
Dang it.
Guys, I'm bloodied.
You and
Wow,
me
this
both.
this got dark.
Oh, they can't show. They can't
So,
show.
wait, side question.
blood
So
once made for-
this evil guy distracted us to gain time, but is now wasting his gain time by yelling at us?
Shut up.
Okay.
That's what they do.
I'm sorry.
She just popped in briefly. She can teleport from anywhere. She just wanted to taunt a little bit.
All right. I was just saying.
You know, it's fine. It's how they think.
It's exposition. You need to know what's happening.
Right.
Oh, but this might work out better than we expected. And then she vanishes. And then, suddenly, something streaks through the air,
Oh,
striking the ground directly in front of 8-Bit. What? Remember, Sailor Moon, always chase your dreams, whatever they are. As long as you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything. This
No, Matt. Oh, sorry. We had to
That's
wait for him to
okay. That's
finish,
okay.
and then we all in unison.
That's okay. I really didn't have any more to go from there. That was all I had worked out.
Okay, then in unison, tuxedo mask.
And as the rose strikes the ground, of course, the energy dissipates because the monster is so surprised by it. There's a rose that, this guy breaks.
What is that?
All right.
Maybe they don't have roses.
I'll leave this to
Maybe
you
they're just like.
because I have to go find the next rainbow crystal as well. And he twirls his cape up and jumps away. Into
We
the
all-
drop ceiling.
So
I guess.
Reminds me of my boyfriend.
Okay, so now this is not a monster you can heal.
All right. So this is a monster I must speech to death, and I wrote my speech.
Oh my god! Wrote a speech.
Well, as quickly as I could. So,
You go, girl.
this is Utada, right?
Utada was the programmer.
Yes.
He's still
So,
in.
I'm going to.
He wasn't a rainbow monster. He didn't turn into the monster. The monster came out of him.
We're still learning.
Yes, he is.
I
Subtle
failed. Yes.
force.
Isn't this early on? I mean, it's only like episode 20.
We wouldn't have picked up anyway, even if it were in the anime.
No, I know.
Amy, you're the smart one. You should have picked up on this.
She's mourning over her left leg.
Yeah, she's distracted. So,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. Utada, you can't expect to keep 80 fans with a nasty attitude. Kindness and sincerity are what helped you design a game based on such a wonderful character. You couldn't have done that without being a genuinely kind person. Don't let this demon control you. Fight back. Fight back like Sailor V would.
That's perfect.
The monster reels back, distracted by the force of your speech, because that is what happens. And Lumi yells out, "Your tiara! Destroy the monster!"
All right. Moon tiara magic.
Okay? And it goes, and it never followed a straight path either.
No, it
Like
It had to go through
English on it. It was like, and he begins to crackle, and he is consumed by static, and he vanishes.
Sorry, Yoma. Looks like you've been deleted.
Had to.
Can't be the only one with the cool speeches.
Gotta get those one-liners.
I've been
Okay.
waiting for that all day.
Okay.
The monster is destroyed. The programmer turns and groans and starts to turn over, and you can hear the sound of emergency workers coming up the hallway. Because
we
Fighters,
tripped up.
right?
you tripped the fire alarm, and so here they're coming now, and the paramedics will probably take care of him.
Okay.
Wait, do people know that they're superheroes, or they don't know? I just broke.
That's
the
a
game. I'm
funny
sorry.
question.
Somebody.
Like,
it really is a funny
Wait.
question. Well, we'll come back to that, but for right now,
like, are we supposed to run
let's
away
say
now?
it's time to do the Batman thing
Okay.
and disappear so that we can cut to the next scene.
You gotta find Tuxedo Mask.
We're gonna find that other crystal.
Yeah.
That too. Let's go with that.
Yeah. Try to get it before he does.
You did great, Sailor Scouts, but we've lost time now. We're going to have to make up for lost time by searching for the next rainbow crystal twice as hard, and that means no more distractions.
That's right.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot to set the scene, because what happens now is camera cut.
Mm.
And now you're standing in the lobby of the Expo Center, back in your human form,
Oh, okay.
talking to Luna about what needs to be done next. And at that point, then he says, "No, but no more distractions." And at that point, the creator of Sailor V, the manga artist, comes walking across the lobby. She's talking to some people and saying, "Oh, I heard that there was a fire, and one of the programmers was caught in the blaze, but he's going to be okay." And they're walking right towards you.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'll be really, really quick, Luna. Really quick. Excuse me?
And you go running off toward
Yes.
her.
yes.
I said no distractions.
I sheepishly say, "Sorry, Luna," and then follow her.
I think we could use a little break after that.
Fine. But tomorrow we search for the rainbow crystals again.
Mm-hmm.
We have to find the Moon Princess before the Dark Kingdom.
Right, that too.
No, you were already away.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
But now we can, and because that was the
And
end of the
see.
episode. You ran away,
Okay.
then Ray ran away, and then the Luna rolls her eyes at the cat. Or actually, she looks up at Amy, and they both
And they both-
share sort of this look of.
That's what I imagined. Yeah,
desperation.
perfect.
And then the credits roll.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
How's the ending theme go? Anyone?
It's the same theme again.
Instrument.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Oh, they do the singing too.
So fighting evil by moonlight,
Winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. She will never turn her back on a friend. She is always there to defend. She is the one on whom you can depend. She is the one named Sailor Moon.
Sailor.
Oh, Mercury.
Venus.
Oh yeah, Venus
Sorry.
is first.
Sailor.
Mercury.
Sailor.
Mars!
Sailor.
Jupiter!
Secret powers also new to her. She is the one named Sailor Moon. Guitar solo. And
And then you change your channel because...
No! Fighting evil by moonlight.
Winning love by daylight, never running from a real fight. She is the one named Sailor Moon. She is the one Sailor Moon.
Yay!
I'm so glad we included that.
Yeah,
I
this-
realized
I'm
we were
so
getting
happy.
toward the end that we never did it.
Go
Okay.
team!
No,
Guys,
it's a
here's the
surprise
problem.
for
We
some